The United States Congress has some of the lowest approval ratings it's had in its entire history, and yet here in New Jersey's 9th Congressional District, there's one very famous rabbi hoping to change all that. Rabbi Shmuley Boteach, he prefers Rabbi Shmuley for short, has dabbled in reality television, once advised pop superstar Michael Jackson, and has written a book called Kosher Sex. Now he's running for the U.S. Congress.
Hi, everybody.
An Orthodox rabbi, Shmuley has embraced the role of political candidate. At this street fair in suburban Tenafly, New Jersey, he's turning on the charm, greeting voters and telling a few jokes.
Because these streets we're standing on, they're going to be paved in gold.
All in the company of his campaign volunteers, comprised mostly of his own children.
I got a bunch of helpers. Thank you, Betsy Bennett.
But in an American political climate so caught up in partisan rancor,
Do you live around here?
why does this affable rabbi want to join the ranks of Washington's most maligned?
We need new values. Who better to bring new values to the political arena than a rabbi? For the longest time, the Jewish community has influenced politics really through surrogates. The Jewish community is generous when it comes to political contributions and philanthropy, and so often, people come to our communities to get checks for their campaigns. Why not bring universal Jewish values to the political arena? And that's what I'm attempting to do.
While he speaks of values, Shmuley is critical of the so-called culture wars. He thinks both political parties have obsessed over wedge issues like gay marriage and abortion at the expense of dealing with topics like the country's 50% divorce rate, which he calls uncivilized. And while he's running as a Republican in this district that's been held by Democrats since 1983, he says no political party defines his views.
I think there's a misperception that if you're going to have an R in front of your name that you have to embrace the whole kit and caboodle. It's not true. I think that a party philosophy is kind of your foundation, but it's like the soil in which you grow. But after that, you grow out there, and not every tree looks the same. There's a lot of Republican policies I don't agree with. I'm still Shmuley. I'm still me. And once you lose your identity, you become just a cog in a larger party apparatus. Game over.
With a moderate stance on many social issues, Shmuley is somewhat out of step with his fellow Republicans. But on foreign policy, his strong views on Israel solidly place him to the right of the sitting Democratic president.
President Obama has been an unreliable steward of the Israel-America relationship. And it's a little bit disappointing, because I would have thought that the president would really be sympathetic to the plight of a tiny democracy that is surrounded by enemies sworn to its destruction.
The Republican establishment has lined up behind the charismatic Shmuley. He was endorsed early on by House Majority Leader Eric Cantor, the highest-ranking Jewish member of Congress in history. Also among his supporters, U.S. casino magnate Sheldon Adelson, who's reportedly contributed $1 million to a political action committee supporting Shmuley among other candidates.
Big Obama supporter. There's no way I'm going to get this vote.
Still, Shmuley's a long shot. Sitting Democratic Representative Bill Pascrell is expected to win this November. But if Shmuley somehow manages to pull it off, he'll be the first rabbi to hold a seat in the U.S. Congress.
I feel that my values will inform my policies. We could have gone negative so many times in this campaign. We sit around, and our campaign staff knows my values. They know I'm a rabbi. So it influences what we're doing even now, how much more so when I get to Congress.
Shmuley's critics within Jewish circles say he's playing up the rabbi role a bit too much on the campaign trail. His response?
Get over it, guys. It's all going to work out. When you see me as Congressman Rabbi Shmuley, it's all going to work out. It's going to be fine.
So it'll be Congressman Rabbi Shmuley, not Rabbi Congressman?
Maybe it'll be Shmuley Congressman Rabbi, I don't know. But Congressman is going to be in there somewhere.
Well, Rabbi Shmuley still has a long way to go. His Democratic opponent has outraised him nearly 2-1, but the rabbi hopes that glad-handing at events like the annual street festival here will endear him to the public and push him over the edge on November 6. This is Stephen Fee for JN1 in Tenafly, New Jersey.